What's going on, YouTube? It's Sensei, a place to be chill. Homie, Mr. A&D, and not Dion says for prime time.
What's up? What's up? It's me, PR. I am me.
We are back here for the very last way of the Wednesday Night War as we know it. So, my plan is, I still planned on reviewing NXT and Aew Dynamite on the same review. I don't think I'm going to call it the Wednesday Night War anymore. And we're going to have the new debut of NXT. So, I got to change some logos, change some background. So, the way the format is, the way the logo is, we're just doing the audio right now. I usually had the background that, with the different templates and stuff like that. We are changing the whole shebang bang next week. Okay, so this is going to be the last time y'all guys are going to be seeing it like this. And I still don't know what I'm going to call you. I don't know if it's, I'm going to call it, Wednesday night indie week or, or midweek wrestling, whatever. But that's what is going to be changed. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun doing it this way. It's still going to be, part of the podcast. I'm still going to plan on doing it. Having it every Thursday. It was a little late because me and Prime could not catch up with each other. But this was the last tape NXT before we go to the way it looks like it's going to be next week. And I plan on checking out to see what it looks like. I want to see what what the presentation is going to be and what stuff like that's going to be. And then we had the bachelor parties for Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell. Then on the AEW side, of course, we're all here for the main event of Jon Moxley versus Minoru Suzuki. That's what we're here for. The homecoming matchup, obviously. But then, of course, we got to hear from Bryan Danielson. We got to see what's going on with Ruby Soho and Adam Cole and the fallout from Dynamite. That's basically what we got to deal with. So, a lot of things to talk about. So, let's start off with NXT. And it's Tuesday. Well, I would say, it's Tuesday. You know what that means. But no, I'll say that for the Dynamite. So, we kick off NXT with a women's match. Ember Moon taking on Kylie Ray. Obviously, Kylie Ray called out Ember Moon the other day. And this matchup, this is probably an unpopular opinion here. This match didn't do it for me because I don't know if it's the clash of styles. Because Kaylee Ray's a good wrestler and Ember Moon's a good wrestler as well. But for some reason, I don't know if the styles clash in this matchup or not.
Honestly, I'm going to just say it. I haven't been impressed with Ember since she came back.
You've been saying that, and I'm like, why not? Why there's nothing wrong with a little thickness.
But it's like, when you look at it, all her matches, I end up saying the same thing. I'm like, it wasn't quite there. And I'm like, it's starting not to be the other people. It's starting to be her. I don't know if it's just her, but I'm saying, like, her and Shotzi matches were fine. They were okay. But then since she went back to the singles, like her match with Raquel it was whatever. Her matches with whoever she's been fighting, I haven't really been.
Now, everybody that you just named, she has gone like one-on-one with Raquel Gonzalez. She has gone one-on-one with who'd you say before? I mean, she's gone one-on-one with Kaylee Ray and other people, and I'm just like, this is obviously we're getting a new Ember Moon. Her match with Candice LeRae was good. That she had a couple months ago, but it was an NXT matchup. But I think the problem with Ember Moon is they're not doing anything with Ember Moon. She came back. Ember Moon was in the title picture when she left, and I'm talking about she was on the title picture on Raw, and then she got injured by doing a fucking stupid, 24/7 running spot. But Ember Moon was doing good at that point. They had her win battle royals, and they was pushing her to the top, which also drew the interest of Ember Moon. So then she got injured. She came back. She got thicker, which I ain't mad at. But now she almost changed her style. Ember Moon does not. I will say that she has toned down a lot. So like she don't do the dive through the ropes as much anymore, like she used to do. She only hits the Eclipse, like on big time matches kind of now. So yeah, so she doesn't do things like she used to do. So I can't agree with you on that one. But I'm not going to put the blame on Ember Moon on this matchup. And I'm not going to put the blame on Kylie Ray anyway. It's just that they're two good wrestlers that their styles ain't clash to me. And Kylie Ray wins with a glory bomb. So, and like I said, it just wasn't. It didn't excite me as much. And to be honest with you, I know Kylie Ray was a pretty good wrestler, but I'm not the biggest Kylie Ray fan.
Kylie Ray's moveset is not an exciting moveset at all.
It's kind of like how you don't like Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh God!
And people, there are people out there who just love fucking Zack Sabre Jr. And I'm like, I'm not one of them people. But you know, it's not an interesting ass moveset. So, you know, I agree. It's time for one of the bachelor parties is Indy Hartwell's bachelorette party, and you
I thought it was like a hen.
Huh?
What do they call it? A hen party?
I heard it called bachelorette.
I mean, I think she's Australian, so they call it.
Okay. It's probably two. And so I thought this was kind of funny because you know she like, oh my god, thank you guys, and then Candice LeRae was just like, she thanks Candice talking about some. Oh, thank you for doing this bachelor party for me. She was bachelorette party. She was like, I know it's kind of hard because you have no friends. And she said, what'd you say? Oh, I said, well, look at all your friends that showed up. And obviously, it's different NXT women that's sitting around there that's obviously forced to be there. The funny thing is that they clearly don't care to be there. And at the end of the table, they had Kate Carter and Casey Catanzaro. And they was doing a TikTok video. If anybody's seen Kate Carter and Casey Catanzaro,
this is just.
What you say?
This is like you seen it. You was like, oh, I know what's happening.
I know what's happening. Yo, and that's all they do. So they were making a joke of it at the end of the table, and you know, and then she was telling them to stop it, and she said, you know, I am like Dexter at first, but I sees how she loves it. So what more can she want? And then but she said John would be easy enough to crack though, because that Indy was hoping that Dexter would, you know, open up to John. John opened up to Dexter. She said, so I still got some spy equipment left. And she said, well, why don't we go spy on them? So they left the party early to go spy on Dexter and them. So meanwhile, we get Carmelo Hayes taking on Santos Escobar, which a good showing for Carmelo Hayes. You know, obviously, you know, he won the breakout tournament, so he's been doing pretty good wrestling stuff here. Hayes sits up on the outside of the ring while Mendoza distract the referee, and Elektra does the old school China and body slams Carmelo Hayes. Gets back in the ring, gets a Phantom Driver. Santos Escobar wins the matchup. So, you
know,
I'm listening.
It's so weird, that faction, because they always lose. I don't think they've ever won a feud, like ever.
Legado del Fantasma?
Yes.
The only feud they won is when they first formed the group. Like when
and that Santos, was like 2 years ago.
I know, like when Santos first took off the mask. But
yeah,
other than,
they won
other
that
than
first
Santos
feud.
wins it, but not the group.
Yeah.
Yo, peep this though. Somebody had a rumor or a prediction, right? Because we're in September. Tell me how you would like this. The full Legado del Fantasma taking on Hit Row on War Games.
Like the women too?
Yes.
I've heard that, but I don't think.
Because peep this, War Games is coming up, and you have another month to build these guys up. Because right now, this has been the best Legado del Fantasma has ever looked. It's the best they have ever looked. Okay, so of course I'm a fan of Hit Row, and it's a chance to do something first new, and you know. And
now Now, if you would say 3-on-3-on-3, I would be down for that. If I like, I don't know, whoever, but I don't know, like 4-on-4. I don't know. It just not to say that
it's been 4-on-4 for the past 3 years.
the first one was 3-on-3.
That was and that was not one of the best ones.
It was still good, but no. The only reason I don't say it is because not that Phantasma and them are not in that spot, but they used to have the War Games match for the people that you really want to see.
That's what I'm saying. But right now, this rivalry is building up fast, and what I'm saying is that it's a possibility that they could have, like, War Games is not until November anyway, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That means you got September and October to build these teams up to make this. Because right now, even if you go back to last month, they hotter now than they were last month. Like, the rivalry has been somebody's been taking care of this rivalry really, really well. Don't let Vince touch it. And I'm like,
I still think the War Games going to go to the main men.
But I'm saying, but why don't you turn them into main men? Because what main men do we have now?
Ciampa,
Diamond Mine?
Dunn.
No.
We got Ciampa, we got Dunn, we got Joe, we got Cool Kyle, unfortunately. We got Holland, if he decides. He might have Walter.
I mean, it's possible, or you can have two.
Do you really think B-Fab and Elektra Lopez are like can pass for a War Games match?
I think they're going to showcase them on this new episode of NXT. Like, dude, that's what I'm saying. It's only September, the beginning of September.
No, I'm talking about just in-ring work. Like, do you think they'll pass? If you think they can pass, then I don't mind it. But I'm saying, like, I know they're still fresh and green.
I think they can create something different because if you recognize, the reason why I'm thinking that somebody may be on to something is because B-Fab has been attacking the men for the past couple weeks. Mm-hmm. Even before, what's homegirl's name?
Elektra Lopez.
That is the most stereotypical Hispanic name to give him. But
she had another name, but they changed it to Elektra Lopez. Her name was like I gotta remember, but it was something else.
Yeah, so she's been hit. Like, B-Fab has been getting in Santos' face and hitting him, and Wilder and Mendoza, and they can't be doing that because that's a woman. Now Elektra Lopez is coming in, and then now she's body slamming Carmelo Hayes in matches, and she's hitting the men in matches. So it's like they could do something special.
Don't you dare say intergender if you're gonna be mad if they do the same.
What you mean?
They body slamming him and all them, and what do they get up and like hit her with a DDT or something?
I don't get mad if they hit her with a DDT.
I know what I'm saying. People do. People be like, "Oh, she's body slamming a good job," but then as soon as,
but I'm just saying, it's all on how you book it.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like when.
Well, if they book it right, then yeah, I don't care. Like, I don't mind. I just don't. I haven't seen enough for the women to know if they're ready or not for War Games.
That's what I'm saying. If okay, how about let's put it this way: if they show you enough from now to the end of October, because right now it's not. There's no takeover in September. You're gonna have You're gonna have the Halloween Havoc stuff in October, and then War Games is in November. So, and it's probably gonna be right there with their Survivor Series. So, if they can show you that they can throw down, because obviously B-Fab's gonna have a match. Obviously,
oh, that's not obvious.
Yeah, did you not see the promo that they had on NXT?
It's not obvious that they're gonna have a War Games match.
No. I'm talking about a match. I said a match.
Oh yeah.
To showcase what they can do, because first of all, nobody's seen B-Fab go at it yet. So, if she's good, or like, hey, she'll do good in a hardcore setting and she can sell stuff like that. I think it'll be a dope idea, and that don't have to be the only War Games match. You did one women's and one men's. Right now,
no, that's too many.
They did it already.
No, I'm talking about you talking about same night.
They did it last year. They did one women's and one men's last year.
They did.
Yeah.
Did I miss it?
Remember Io Shirai put the trash can on top of herself and dove
Was
off.
that the one with Rhea Ripley?
Yes, and the one with Raquel Gonzalez pinned Io Shirai when she gave her that.
So then who the men had?
The men had the Undisputed Era.
And who?
And against I'm about to look it up for you.
Oh,
right.
Okay. Now Pat McAfee. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, Pat McAfee. They had two of them on the same night.
Gotcha. Okay.
So what I'm saying is, if you want right now, the women, no disrespect,
that's too much.
How's that too much?
They haven't built no women up to do that with.
Look, bro, that's what I'm saying. They don't have the women's roster to do that right now. So why even force a women's war games when you can just do a Hit Row, Legado del Fantasma war games, and then do your main top guys one. You can do that.
We'll see.
We gotta see how it plays out. First, we gotta see who's still there. William Regal backstage says Samoa Joe has always been a fighting champion, and that isn't about to change. Next week, we'll see LA Knight versus Tommaso Ciampa versus Pete Dunne versus Cool Kyle O'Reilly to determine the new number one contender. So, fatal four-way. Diamond Mine versus Chucky and Paxton. First of all, I'm over Diamond Mine, to be honest with you. I love Malcolm Bivens, but I'm over Diamond Mine.
I mean, the company been over with them too. They get every member that they get fired like quickly.
Mm-hmm. So basically, the new brothers of Diamond Mine, it's this the Creed brothers.
Future and Devitt brothers.
Yeah, so they sit there and they dominate, and it's just like, okay, and this is part of the new members of Diamond Mine. I'm just like, this faction is getting worse. And now, you're not about to tell me you would give a War Game spot to Diamond Mine over Hit Row or the Ghettoville Phantasma.
Well, no, Diamond Mine is not going to be in there either.
So,
honestly, I thought, before some things happened, I thought it was going to be like Pete Dunne, Danny Burch, Oney Lorcan, and what's the dude's name? Ridge Holland versus MSK, Ciampa, and Thatcher is what I thought.
No,
they were doing a 4-on-4 thing.
We see how that fell apart.
So what?
Aaron Moon says,
let's get into it later. That don't make sense to me. Y'all already have a perfect 4-on-4, not a perfect 4-on-4 rivalry, but like a 4-on-4 thing, and then y'all just like, nah.
Aaron Moon says she had a rough 3 months, lost her partner, her tag team titles, lost every match since then, and she doesn't want to feel this way anymore, but she knows what she has to do. Stay tuned. So, could be a change for Aaron Moon. Hit Rose in the recording studio. They cut the promo on the Legado Fantasma, and then B-Fab says when they meet, she's gonna have when they meet, they're gonna have a problem. And if you don't know, now you know. The Women's Tag Team Championships, Io Shirai and Zoe Starks taking on Casey Cat Zero and Kate Carter, aka the TikTok homies. So there was no way I knew that these women was going to lose their tag team championships. But Kate Carter, Casey Cat Zero did put on a good showing. Kate Carter gets tossed to the outside. And you hits the double knees to her tags and Starks as Case Cat Zero goes in there and she hits that kind of like a flipping GTS to Case Cat Zero and then the moonsault for the win. Meanwhile, Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane attack Case Cat Zero and Kate Carter on the ramp.
Honestly, I don't know why you act like you doubted that they would lose.
I mean, I like Kate and Casey. I'm just figuring, I didn't know if they were still trying to do this whole. I didn't know they were still trying to do the Io Shirai and Zoe Starks bullshit.
I didn't either. Casey and Kate have been on the show more than a chance.
I didn't see the
Shows you how much
backstage.
faith this
I didn't
guy.
see the backstage stuff with Cool Kyle. I didn't care. But we're at Dexter Loomis's bachelor party. So we got this thing was great. Dexter Loomis was there. We had Cameron Grimes, Drake Maverick, Odyssey Jones, and the Zombie referee with Johnny Gargano.
Wait, okay. What?
Yo, this show's hilarious because no.
Say the last thing that you said.
The Zombie referee.
Okay, who?
Okay, so remember the House of Horrors match that him and Cameron Grimes had back at Halloween Havoc last year?
The one that Cameron Grimes was scared of for like a month?
Yes. So
and he's okay with...
Dude, it's part of a joke because they break it up at the end. You know how you be telling me if I don't like something, I take something too seriously. Well, bruh, and I'm like, you talk about try to dissect this thing. It ain't supposed to be dissected like that.
I just want to know. I honestly, I don't really care about the story. I just want to know, why is the referee a zombie? That's all. I want to know.
But he's not really a zombie. He's not really a zombie. But
so what is he?
But they don't get to that until the end. So Cameron Grimes, so they're all in the car, and he said, Cameron Grimes said, if I ain't learned anything from the $1 Million Man, there's about how to spend the money. He says, I'm going to sit there and fund your whole bachelor party, and he said, so no hard feelings there, Dexter, because they had the rivalry, so they shook hands, and it was over. So he goes and he starts making games that like. They're doing go-karts. Whoever can win the go-karts can sit there and win $10,000. So Johnny is doing it and everything, but he's trying not to have fun. The next is axe throwing. So obviously Cameron Grimes is throwing the axe. Ozzy Jones is throwing the axe. Drake Maverick can't throw the axe. Johnny Gargano can't throw the axe. Dexter Loomis is like a fucking Michael Myers like a thing, that's throwing the axe all perfect. Then he teaches Johnny Gargano how to throw the axe the right way, and then he scores. So, and he tries to go for a high five. Johnny's reluctant, but then Odyssey Jones pushes him like to him for the high five, and they have like a little funny moment because as he's going for the high five, the Zion referee is like, "Hey, he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude, eh?" And then Johnny's like, "Wait, what the hell?" And then who was it? Was it Drake Maverick? Was like, "Wait a minute, you're Canadian?" Because he said "A." So it's not really. It's not really Zion referee. It shocked all of them, and that's why Odyssey Jones pushed him to there. And it's like, if y'all have not seen that segment, I wish NXT did more segments like this because the Dexter Loomis segments, since he's been a character on the show, have been great. Because I like this one. I like the whole Roderick Strong therapy thing that they had with WWE Era. Like, I like those skits that NXT don't usually do. Because it almost feels like it's not on the same level. I'm telling you all that right now. But it almost feels like the BTE stuff. It's so outrageously stupid and funny, but they're trolling and they don't care, and which makes it entertaining stuff. That's why I was like, oh, you know what? I like this kind of stuff. So that was good. Frankie Monet, just come here in the back, and then we get she talked about Index Wedding, but then Robert Stone appears and says that next week he got her NXT Championship matchup against Raquel Gonzalez. So that's gonna be there next week. Mei Ying with Boa taking on Virginia Ferry. I'm telling you right now, this stable, this act is done without Xia Li. It sucks.
Well, it wasn't like that with her. She made it, but they still ain't. Mae Young and Bo was just there, so technically it was only Xia Li to begin with.
It was, but I'm like, so I think she better get called up or something because they keep trying to keep this.
Okay.
Because she's been doing some dark matches.
Okay. All right.
So she beats
Goodbye, Xia Li.
Huh?
Goodbye, Xia Li.
I know. She beats this lady with a choke. The shit is terrible. And I'm like, y'all need to bring back Xia Li. NXT Tag Team Championships.
She reminds me of what's the lady name that used to be Awesome Khan? That's who she reminds me of. Not Rocker Khan, but the other one.
Rashia She?
Saeed, something like that. Yeah, her. That's who she reminds me of.
That was a whole Muslim. This is a whole creature.
What?
This looks more like The Grudge than it does her.
Not the way that she looks. I'm talking about the way that she's presented.
Okay.
As a mystical creature that's just there.
I get that from Rashida She, but I think I see what you're trying to get at. NXT Championships, MSK taking on Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan. Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne are on the outside watching. Good tag team matchup here. MSK are sitting doing their thing here. They hit the springboard blockbuster, a spinebuster blockbuster for the win. After the matchup, MSK posts for the belts. Then Hollins and Burch go in there and they start attacking Oney Lorcan. And then they slam him down, so he's out the group. And then they give Danny Burch a headbutt. So much for the 4-man thing. No, they broke. Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne broke off with them, so they are no longer no more.
Which I don't understand, because why Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland gonna be a tag team now rather than Pete Dunne being the big singles guy?
It's probably gonna be MJF and Warlord or Warlow.
I mean, I think he's leaving.
Who? Ridge Holland?
Pete Dunne.
I don't know, man.
His contract is up, but he I'm not saying he's gonna go to AEW nothing, but I don't know. It don't feel right.
I think Pete Dunne stays.
I think he stays too, but I'm saying, why if somebody's contract up, you don't try to put them in the singles? Why would you?
He is in the singles. He got an number contenders match next week.
Okay, but why separate him with the tag team?
You just said why not put him in a singles?
I'm saying why
they don't need Burch and Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. They don't need them.
But they treat it like it was a tag team, because they're gonna have this blowover match where they fight each other in the tag team.
Okay, and they'll probably fight each other on NXT, and then it'll be one off.
And then it would be a one off, and then Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland just separate.
Ridge Holland probably with Pete Dunne like Warlord is with MJF. What's the problem with that?
Because I felt like they were doing a good 4-man team. I felt like Ridge could be by himself and then a part of the group. Pete Dunne obviously can be by himself, and then they come together. I thought it was gonna be like the Undisputed Era, how it was the team, the singles guy, and then the main singles guy.
They don't have the mic skills for that.
What?
Pete Dunne is still learning. So Pete Dunne, so as right now, you're saying that could have been a good 4-man team, bruh. That's if they were a 4-man team. That's the 4th or 5th 4-man team they have on NXT, and they are the least interesting one
because they lost their mouthpiece.
But no, let's be real. Lorcan and Burch is not entertaining. They're good wrestlers, but they're not entertaining. And it's like you got Legado del Fantasma, that's a 4-man stable. You have Hit Row, that's a 4-man stable. You have, for some reason ever, they keep pushing Diamond Mine as a 4-man stable. And now you want to, it's like something got to give. You got these 4-man stables. Let Pete, get rid of them. Let Pete Dunne just be the guy that's going after the championship. And Ridge Holland could be the guy that be in the mid card. He will go for. I'm not going to just throw the NXT championship on Ridge Holland. Let him build the ranks. Go up the mid card. Let him beat up Carmelo Hayes for a little bit. Let him beat up Odyssey Jones. Let him have these impressing ass showings.
That's kind of what I was saying. I was just saying that.
But you don't need Birch and Lurkin for that.
I know. I'm saying they could have just either separated. Like I felt like the two turning on the two, knowing WWE, they making it the two teams going against each other. Like I never would have thought that Tommaso Ciampa and Thatcher would turn into a tag team by how they would building up the feud. And they turn into a tag team. So like I would really want Pete Dunne to go his separate way, and I would want Holland to go his separate way. Not like I just feel like them turning with each other on Birkin and Lurch.
I do get it, but it is also a possibility that can happen. I mean, we're only a week in this thing.
So yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Now it's time to move on to AEW Dynamite. It is Wednesday night, and you do know what that means.
Sure, they do, King.
That means we don't have no Excalibur tonight. That means he's getting married. Wonder if he kept his mask on. It's Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, and Tues.
Taz is good, but like Jim Taz. Ross, man. I wish Jim Ross would go and get married or
wow.
The latter.
Wow. I ain't gonna.
I hope he gets fired or something.
He told us, why don't you go get married? Wow.
Hope he loses his job. Don't act like Jim Ross getting married is the. Have you seen this man's Twitter? This man be trying to get married every day.
I said man's Twitter. Well, the man probably still agree after losing his wife.
Yeah, all right, sure.
So when we kick off tonight with Malachi Black taking on the Nightmare Factory's The Natural Dustin Rhodes. First of all, wait
a minute. Okay, never mind. Nightmare Family. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Yeah. I was about to say they got a factory and a Nightmare Family factory. What? Okay.
I mean, unfortunately, they do. They got the factory with QT Marshall, and
then they got the Nightmare Family.
Yeah.
Okay, you said factory first. I was like, wait, huh? Okay, gotcha. I got you now.
So Malachi Black. First of all, every time I see it now, more and more, I'm loving his entrance. I think he does the Baron Corbin better than the Baron Corbin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking entrance wise.
Yeah, and other guy, Damian Priest.
Damian Priest used to do it good also, and I was like, I'm mad they exited out. So
now, looking at AEW and the way that they set up when they have their lights turned off,
yeah,
it's different from WWE. Because different, and like in WWE, you can still kind of see the person, right? You know, like you can see Undertaker getting in the ring.
If you're there, yes.
Yeah, if you're there, but it still be dark. AEW, they don't turn their screens off.
Oh wow!
So it will be dark in the ring, but like the screens obviously will still show the glare, so you can see them the whole time.
Wow. See, I've never been to an AEW show yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, I figured that out when I went to one show and they had cut the lights off and they had somebody run out. And they used to well before there was AEW, they did it because they did it with when Jericho came out for All In. They cut the lights off. They cut everything completely off. Wow. Now when they do it, they still kind of have the screen on.
Okay. Well, this matchup here actually was a dope opener. Dustin could still go. The whole theme of this was, like Malachi Black said, was to try to get Dustin mad so he won't be able to focus. He was playing little mind games with him, like he threw Cody's boot at him to get him mad because Cody took off his boots like he was going to retire, which he wasn't, and left him in the ring. So I don't.
He wasn't going to retire. I'm surprised this man ain't come back. The pay-per-view.
Well, he's come back for the Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Of course, he's coming back for the biggest show. Of course, he is.
You know, Cody come back for that one. So,
it's like I just don't understand Cody. I just don't.
He the new Cena.
I think he's the new Triple H, the Reign of Terror Triple H, without the title.
Whoa!
I am the title.
He ain't there yet.
She's not there as far as
the only person that truly Cody barrier was Anthony Ogogo.
I don't say he buries people. It's just like he don't have to be in the spotlight, but yeah, he always makes sure he's in the spotlight. That's the part I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget when he pinned the man with a figure 4.
That's Shawn Spears. It doesn't matter.
He did it again.
To Lee, no, it wasn't Lee Johnson. I can't remember who it was.
Doing that to somebody in the first place is just disrespectful. Yeah.
Dustin hits the Destroyer, but that doesn't do anything because the Destroyer is a set up move now, no longer a good move. They're killing the Destroyer. It's bothering me. He goes.
How you think Petey Williams feels?
Yeah, he felt like shit. He goes and gives Malachi Black his trademark power slam. But then after that, he kicks out. Then he tries to rolls up Black for a near fall. Doesn't work. So Malachi Black is catching him with some knee strikes, stuff like that. Then they pull off the corner turnbuckle post, and then Dustin goes in their head first. So he's loopy, and then Malachi Black hits a terrible Black Mass. It don't connect at all. It hits right his shoulder. So the finish sucked. The match is good, but the finish sucked. Malachi Black wins.
He's been pulling that a lot recently, by the way.
What, Malachi Black?
And he's been pulling his kick.
Well, he got Lee Johnson last week.
Yeah, but then he pulled it with Arn, and he pulled it with.
You wouldn't pull it with Arn Anderson?
No.
That old man.
If Arn is in the ring and my thing is to kick him, I'm gonna do like Mae Young. Who took it easy on Mae Young?
Everybody until she told him to stop.
Until she told him to stop taking it easy.
Yeah, Arn Anderson didn't tell me to stop, so I'm gonna take it easy on Arn Anderson.
Right. Nah, if I'm supposed to kick Arn in the face, I'm kicking Arn in the face. What he gonna do? Fire me? Get heat? What is Arn gonna do?
Shit, Arn can't have you fired because Arn know Cody. so that's how it could be.
I'm just saying, in my opinion, I would have not kicked him for real, obviously, but I would not have pulled it because all the ones on Arn sells it well because he does the flat bump, but when he kick, it don't look like it connect. But look, he kick him in the shoulder. Not.
It still didn't look worse than than the Dustin Rhodes one.
No, not at all.
But however, so Malachi Black wins the matchup. And Taz, does good playing off saying that Dustin was loopy from hitting the turnbuckle post, and that's why he didn't get the kick all the way off, but it was so effective. So they already said that Cody gonna be back for Arthur Ashe Stadium, so that's what they're gonna do him versus Malachi Black too. I was like, damn, y'all could just let that shit breathe, y'all.
I wish he would have sent in a video, or they would have showed Cody calling Dustin while he's in the trainer's room or something, Yeah,
you know what? Because this was scaring me. Because I'm like, Tony Khan, you don't have to sell any more tickets for Arthur Ashe. You don't have to sell any more tickets. This shit is sold out. In other words, y'all can keep us wanting more. Everybody kind of knew Cody's gonna come back to Arthur Ashe Stadium, but just to blatantly announce it like that, it kind of sucked. It sucked the air out the balloon. It really did, and I wasn't a big fan of that. So after the successful in-ring debut, CM Punk comes out to address the fans. He talks about he wants to thank Darby Allin, he wants to thank Sting, he wants to thank everybody else.
Yo, Punk.
Yo, I swear. So he will thank everybody else, and then he sees Brian Pillman's aunt in the audience.
His aunt.
Yeah, it said that I see Dark Side of the Ring, and you are a true angel. So he says Ryan Bicycle. He said now who's on pay-per-view? Ruby Soho, Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson. The first person I texted after Chicago was my beautiful wife April, AJ Lee, and said what's next? He said,
real quick, somebody said that reminds them of a Ness and Neil monologue.
Kind of.
We got Ruby Soho tonight. We got like that's what it sounds like.
It almost sounds like a "What's up with that, Joe?" Ruby Soho, man. Ruby Soho coming out there trying to say, what's up? Oh damn! It's been so long since I heard the song.
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
What's up? I said, what's up with that?
So he said,
did you like the way this was done?
I'll get to it in a minute. So he says that, hey, what's next for CM Punk? And I hear people saying out there Moxley, and he said, you hear Taz in the commentary, give me a microphone. He said, look, hey Punk, look, I'm glad you're back and I respect you. And he said, ho, I respect you, so I'm gonna let you have this, but don't ever interrupt me again. And he says, all right, Spindler, I was trying to be nice, but I said you want to be a tough guy. I just want to let you know that you don't mention you going down, your little charade, your little fairy tale, but you keep the names out of Team Taz's members out your mouth. He said nobody was even fucking talking about Team Taz. Now, here's the thing: if you guys, Taz is smart, because he said no, you did. In an interview, CM Punk been doing a lot of media since coming back to AEW, and the media, they asked him in an interview, forgot what podcast it was, saying who would you like to go up against in AEW, and he mentioned Ricky Starks and Will Hobbs as going with the young guys. So, with that being said, but CM Punk says, you know what? Give me Starks, give me Hobbs, give me Hook, and he plays out the Taz line. He says, beat me if you can, survive if I let you. And drops the mic, but it looks like, but then Will Hobbs is starting to come out because Will Hobbs got a match next, but then Punk is sitting there just killing time on the outside because I think AEW had a time management problem tonight. As Punk is going to the back, he almost runs into the screen, but
I say nothing.
Oh, he almost runs to the screen, but then he goes to the thing as Will Hobbs is coming down for his match. Now, before I get into Will Hobbs taking on Dante Martin, you asked me how do I like this. Me personally, look, I like CM Punk being excited. He's obviously head over heels come back to professional wrestling, and I'm all happy for him for that. However, I don't like when you're asking the fans who my next feud should be. That to me was like, I don't know if I like that because people are gonna like Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega. Like he's not. CM Punk's job right now is he don't want to be in the main card just yet. He wants to work with some of the young guys that's here, and I can see him wanting to work with some young guys.
Technically, you are right. People are going to mention the main people, but AEW fan base, they were going to say Moxley, but because he hasn't really faced Moxley. Other than that, I was hearing a lot of younger names. Right? Every time somebody names for Punk, they always name younger names. Like they don't really say Omega and Bryan and Danielson off the bat. It's always like a Moxley. I mean, it's always like a Darby and those type of names, like the homegrown names, Jungle Boy and all them.
Yeah, like I would like to see like a Jungle Boy matchup between them two. But now, if Team Taz had interrupted him, like with Will Hobbs coming out and stuff like that, and then it caused a rift, because I thought that would be kind of cool too. Now, the thing is though, I don't mind seeing CM Punk work with Team Taz, but that wouldn't be the one after Darby, to me. Me personally,
I think this is his getting in shape feud.
Okay. Fair.
Like Darby was the first match, but they're not having a feud, so he don't got to worry about it. I think this feud will be his getting in shape feud, and then I think his next feud will be the one that's taken seriously.
Okay.
Like I could see him fighting like Hook or Hobbs.
Has Hook wrestled yet?
No.
God, I don't know.
Is Hook able to wrestle? Ain't he like 17?
I'm about to say I don't know what's going on with this shit at all.
But I'm saying I could see him fighting that like Dynamite so and so. big episode of Punk fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we might get Punk versus Hook or Punk versus Hobbs or Punk versus Starks at the Arthur Ashe show.
I don't know if it's gonna be Hobbs because I'll explain that in a minute. But before we get to the matchup, Ruby Soho was backstage being interviewed by Tony Schiavone. Then all of a sudden, Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Rebel interrupt, and then she said, "I actually helped break Brittany in." Tony, this is my block now. Said Ruby Soho, and then Britt Baker said, all you've been, all your theme is, your gimmick is about running. So why don't you go run away to catering where you spent the last 4 years of your life? I died. So I ain't gonna lie to you. And Ruby's my girl, but that's funny that she said, look, she told Tony Schiavone, I know that's your girl, I'm gonna kick her ass. So now we got Powerhouse Hobbs versus Dante Martin. So here's the thing about this matchup. It's it's the big guy versus small guy type thing. There's this one
should
move.
Not have been though.
What you say?
I don't think this should have been the match.
Well, they had to think on the fly because Hobbs got hurt.
Yeah, but I still I don't think Hobbs should have been in there with Dante Martin. I think they could have, if they wanted to showcase Hobbs since he's just got called out by Punk, I would have put Hobbs in there with somebody solid, but not Dante Martin.
Well, here's the thing, because I've seen, we both seen Will Hobbs wrestle before.
Yes.
And I remember back before my mom passed away, she loved the match between Will Hobbs and Brian Cage, back when Will Hobbs was still a face.
Mm-hmm.
Will Hobbs can go, but it's like him being with Taz, he knows how to wrestle the heel style. He's not going to do all the moves that the fans. He's going to stall because it's going to make the fans boo him more. He's wrestling the heel style. I respect that. Dante Martin tries to go for top rope super cedar or dive through the ropes. Hobbs catches him. Meanwhile, Dante Martin's feet are still in the ropes. He takes him and swings him into the ring post. I thought that spot was dope. But then Martin tries to fight back, and Hobbs is on the outside. He's a little loopy. Dante Martin about to go do a top rope planche, as they call him, but Hook stands right there, and he's just like, oh, I guess I can't do it. But then he says, no, I'm top flight. So he does it and flies over Hook right on the Roadhouse, but he caught Hobbs good. Because Hobbs fell back, smacked his head on the ground, and stiffened up a little bit. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh shit, this man probably knocked him out. Like, people, when you get knocked out for real, you don't go limp, you go stiff. That's just the way that's the human body trying to protect itself. And and I was like, it kind of got scary because the match just ended with a spine buster. He was able to get the spine buster out, but I was like, and when I was watching, I was like, wait a minute. I felt as though that wasn't the ending of the match. And I don't think it was neither, but he get the spine buster out and pins.
Honestly, I was talking to somebody last week saying that the spine buster should be his finisher and not the power slam. And then this week, even though it was on the fly, he finishes the match with a spine buster.
I mean, yeah, I do agree. I like him doing the spine buster opposed to the power slam, but I think this week, though, they just had to go home because he was knocked loopy. And they got to make sure he don't have no concussion. Because that's why I said, because I think they're going to start with Ricky Starks anyway. They may have Ricky Starks go up against CM Punk at the Arthur Ashe show.
Maybe.
But I don't know if it's going to be Will Hobbs just yet, especially after what just happened.
But I just, the only reason I say I don't think he should have went against Dante Martin is because you're trying to get Hobbs over. And every time Dante Martin faces somebody, he does something amazing. And Dante Martin's going to get over. I think you put Dante Martin against somebody else so he can get over against them and they still have a solid match rather than we got to think about Hobbs versus Punk or whatever the case is. And we're going out the match thinking about Dante Martin and not Hobbs.
I want to slightly disagree with you and agree with you at the same time. Because I see where you're coming from when it comes to the getting Hobbs over. But the thing is, before Hobbs got knocked out, what was getting him is Hobbs was doing power moves. Like, in other words, he was stopping Dante's offense. That's was getting him over. Every flip that Dante did, he caught him. And we have never seen somebody so powerful that they just stop somebody mid-dive through the ropes. Like, that, it took skill and bam against the ring post. That right there was getting him over. Then he got knocked out, and it's like, okay, let's hurry up and go home. But I think if the match got a chance to go on like it was supposed to, that was the point of Will Hobbs. He can shut down the moves that everybody hates, which will also get him over as a heel, because that means nobody in the audience can go out and see the moves that Dante Martin does that everybody loves, because Will Hobbs shut it down. That's how I was looking at it. America's top team, Dan Lambert, was in the skybox with Scorpio Sky and All Eagle Ethan Page, and says the company is the hottest thing going in the world of professional wrestling. You may think you can keep playing with fans like a fiddle, but you will never be able to hide the truth for long. And the truth is the company, the two real men working for it, as Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. And if you have any tough guys out there, I suggest you send them up here right now, so I never had to hear the chant AEW. Honestly,
sorry, you go.
What you say?
Now I was gonna say something, but you can go first.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, and I hate Dan Lambert is good, but like pairing him with Paige and Scorpio Sky is weird, because everything he hates, that's what they are.
Exactly. It's like
in real life. It's funny. It's like you sit there and have these people playing their video games and all, and Paige streams video games and blogs and does all this. Scorpio Sky does TikToks and does all that. And Dan Lambert's talking trash about it. So that's ironic, but I guess it is a part of the storyline. But that's just like, yeah, you could have matched him up with other people that don't do that still need heat.
Exactly. And I'm just like, first of all, I want Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky to do something, because I was like, Scorpio Sky was on track with that TNT Championship story he was running after leaving SoCal, but then he's just like, he just turned heel, Sting beat him, and that was it. And I was like, okay, both of them could be doing more, I think. Matt Hardy threatens to cut Orange Cassidy hair. Okay. So, he's just like, whatever. MJF walks out to the ring with Warlord, and he says, let me explain something to you. This past Sunday, he said, I beat Chris Jericho 3 times and I was screwed. You know? And he said, let me make something clear to all you. Cincinnati, Ohio is the biggest dumpster fire in the world. It's called Midwest because everything in it is mid. And then he looks out to Linda Pillman and Brian Pillman's daughter. He goes out there and says, what's up, 16 and pregnant? Funny, because he's just an asshole like that.
You know, this is very unbelievable and very weird, and such a wrestling thing to happen. After MJF berated her, she started having contractions and went into labor.
Yo, that's crazy.
I am serious.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, that is crazy.
Brian Pillman Jr. posted, he was like, yeah, I guess MJF yelled at my sister so loud she started having contractions. Now I'm going to have my...
Oh, goodness.
I'm going to have my niece and nephew here very soon.
He says something else about her, too, because he let her speak on the mic. But then...
I forgot what she said, but she messed up her line. She Cincinnati is the city, something like that. She said she messed it up. I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, and I forgot what MJF said also. But Brian Pillman Jr. heard enough. Comes out there with his Bengals jersey on. I was wondering if it was his dad's jersey. That'd been dope.
That's what I think it was.
Yeah.
And then I have one tiny complaint.
Him coming out smiling?
No.
Oh, okay.
How you gonna say Chicago, Cincinnati is the town that breeds whatever he said, whatever people, and he only named 2 people, and one of them is not here. You know, it's like, do you get what I'm saying though?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you can't just say, yeah, this city got the baddest people and they're only named 2. It's like, you know.
I know you want to kind of go into detail and run it down. I feel you on that.
Not in detail, but you know, at least do the train of 3. 3 would have made like, okay, we understand. Like, you know, you can't just say Brian Pillman, my dad, and John Moxley, and that's it.
I'm about to say shit. And LeBron. We'll see LeBron out for Cincinnati though. I think they probably want to keep Cincinnati shit going.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah. I mean, he does that, but then he said, you know, he came with a silver spoon in his mouth, and then he called him Maxwell Jerk Off Freeman, and he wants to have a match with him. MJ started mocking Brian Pillman Jr.'s mom. What's the name? Melody. He called her Methody. Dude.
Oh, Melody, his real mom. Yeah.
Well, dude. If you see Dark Side of the Ring, if that shit ain't the truest shit ever.
I mean, Pillman don't care. What you talk about my mom? Okay.
And they see, as soon as they say could have her aborted, could have him aborted, he Double A takes him down, starts fighting, and then, you know, Warlow gets involved. But then here comes Griff Garrison jumps to the ring, but then he hits Griff with the diamond ring as they escape. So, next matchup is making her AEW. First of all, did you enjoy the whole MJF Brian Pillman stuff?
Oh yeah, I like that and Wardlow as well.
By the way, backstage, Max Caster brings roses to Brian Pillman Jr. and says that, hey, he talked to Tony Khan so he can get a match on Rampage with him on Friday. So Rampage is taped because it's Cincinnati. I think they wanted to give Brian Pillman Jr. a match in Cincinnati. So
yeah, pretty much.
So it's been taped. So I don't see no results, but like I said, I'll still watch it tomorrow, and we can go over all this stuff.
I'm happy that it's weird. I'm happy that he's back. Obviously, people make mistakes. You can apologize for them. People are not accepting his mistake, which is so. I don't understand that. You know, like, remember when he got suspended, right?
Who? MJF?
Max Caster. Caster.
Yeah, gotcha, huh?
He got suspended for the Simone Biles thing. He apologized, and now people are like, "Oh, I don't like him because he's disrespectful to women." I'm like, he could apologize and mean it, and his apology is not good enough. He got suspended and everything. What does he got to do?
Yeah,
this is a serious question. Because like he apologized on there, off air, apologized on his show, on when he came out, and everything. People were still like, "No, I hate him."
People won't hate you regardless, whatever the case may be. They don't want to see you succeed, whatever the case may be, and that happens to a lot of people. But you know what? I'm glad to see him back. People make mistakes. He'll keep on pushing, and he'll learn from this. But everybody else, get the fuck over it. That, you know, people have been fired for less, or worse stuff also than, you know, what he said. So please, get off the high horse. Ruby Soho taking on Jamie Hayter. Ruby Soho's first matchup on AEW. There was a botch in the match where it looks like Ruby was trying to go for a Poison Rana, and Hayter was like, "I'm not flipping over," and she kind of came back up and it fell flat on her face. I was like, "What happened here?" So, but they have a more of exchange, and then Ruby Soho hits the I don't know what she calls it here, but the riot kick on Hare, and then wins the matchup. After that, Britt Baker, Hare, and Rowan attack Ruby, but then Chris Stanley sprints down to the ring with a chair, and they retreat. I don't know if, because first of all, I don't want Ruby Soho just to be put in a championship matchup because she has to lose. She has to lose. Because Britt Baker, you save Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa for later, but I don't it's I was like, you know what, just go to Arthur Ashe Stadium and just lose. Not yet.
Yeah, no, Ruby is losing at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
I know, I'm saying, I'm just, yeah, well, you're right. Trios matchup.
It'd probably be a good showing, but she'll probably still lose, and then the next week Britta come out saying I don't beat everybody, and then Thunder Rosa come out. Maybe.
Yeah. The Pinnacle, FTR, Cashmere Dex Harwood, and Shawn Spears taking on Evil Uno, John Silver, and Stu Grayson. So, look, I didn't really watch much of this matchup because the Dark Order sucks. But there is some tension going on between the group. And at the end of the matchup, they started fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, one or two things is either going to happen here. We're either going to have the breakup of the Dark Order because the Dark Order sucks, or we're about to have somebody new, like a new Brody Lee character, to come in and take this whole thing over because the Dark Order sucks. So,
I think either Anna fixes it, because obviously Anna hasn't been there. It's been breaking up since she hasn't been there. Either Anna fixes it, or Hangman comes back from his break to fix it.
I'd rather go with Anna Jay. I do not want Hangman touching this shit no more. He needs to go straight after Kenny Omega.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. That's probably over, bro.
Well, Kenny Omega and Adam Page?
Yeah, that's probably over.
I hope. No, that's not fair.
It's not. How is it not fair when they was about to give you the title? And I know. Obviously, he has a kid. He wants to have a kid, but they're about to give you the title, and you kind of leave right at that specific moment. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because right now, look, I understand CM Punk is there. I understand Bryan Danielson is here. I understand Adam Cole is here. But you still got to put over your guy. Adam Page was AEW.
They might have to build him up again.
Depending on what the reaction is when he comes back. Because I'm just like, look. Because right now, the only person that should be taking that championship off of Kenny Omega right now is Adam Page.
All right. All I'm saying is he was right there. He literally was supposed to fight this week, but he was supposed to win it this weekend.
Yeah,
and he just said, nah.
But that wasn't his fault. They changed it because look, CM Punk was going to come back, and then
I'm saying he was supposed to win it at All Out, and then he said no. So then they gave the match to Christian Cage.
It wouldn't. Look, if he want to have a baby, I get it. I'm like, because maybe he probably felt this, but also the CM Punk they probably could have almost overshadowed that. Who knows? I'm hoping they can build it back up for full gear in November.
They better hope, because if they can't, it's over. I'm sorry, because
backstage, Tully Blanchard and the rest of the Jacksons with their red suit on, was saying that he wants Spears to face Darby Allin next week. Why? And then he says before too long, Tully will go 1-on-1 with Sting. Let me tell you how in 2021 I don't want to see a Tully versus Sting match. Don't go ahead.
No, I'm not. No, I don't want to see it. But that match is obviously not for us. It's for those people, those old people that like Sting and Tully still think they got it.
Shit, I like Sting and Tully stuff, but I mean,
I don't like Sting and Tully in 2021.
Neither do I. I swear. If they do that shit at Arthur Ashe Stadium, I'm gonna die. Just don't do some shit like that. I said the match cast and stuff. So Tony Schiavone signed to interview the Elite. They come out. Kenny Omega, Gallows and Anderson, who's never on fucking Impact. The Young Bucks. Adam Cole is not out there at the moment. So. First of all, Don House says thank you for making Kenny Omega number one of the top 500 in the PWI. So that was cool. Then they said, speaking of things, we get our best friend back, Adam Cole, baby. Sidney Jackson and Adam Cole comes out. He wants to have story time, but first of all, now you know who that. You're really close with Britt Baker. Tony Schiavone said, I swear to God, if you even look at her the wrong way, I'll slap your face and knock those stupid glasses off your face. Get out of the ring, nerd. So, Bryan Danielson does come back. Kenny Omega asks for the ring. He says, yeah, can you give me the ring, guys? Can we talk a little bit about it? Bryan Danielson basically says that Kenny Omega is not on his level when it comes to wrestling. And Kenny Omega's like, I'm going to take off my jacket and reveal my tight white t-shirt also. And then we're going to go, and then he puts the yes lock or the bell lock, whatever he wants to call it.
It'll probably be, I forgot. It'll probably be the LaBelle lock, though.
Yeah. He puts it on there, but he starts getting jumped by the Elite, but then here comes the Jurassic Express and Christian Cage to balance the whole thing out. Do you think they're going to do Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega in New York?
They might, but I doubt it because that's way too quick.
You know, it probably will be.
Ruby, I can understand for her to be just coming in and getting that match, but Omega and Bryan Danielson, that's not nothing that you just rush into.
So,
but I can see them doing a multi-man match. You know, they're gonna do that 4-man match there.
Probably. Main event time. Jon Moxley taking on Minoru Suzuki. Now, here's the thing. We had all this time throughout the whole show, even time wasted. So, I'm not invested in it like you are, but I heard that they did cut Minoru Suzuki's song, so nobody can chant along with it because we're running out of time. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, he got his one part in his song, similar to Adam Cole's Boom.
Yeah.
And he didn't get a chance to do it. He did at the pay-per-view, of course. But, it was weird because at the pay-per-view, they played his music forever, obviously, until it got to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wonder why they, obviously, was running out of time, so they couldn't do it. But it is, it's not like in the beginning of the song. It's like a good 2 minutes. So, that's understandable.
This match is like everybody's on the feet. Looks like it's going to be good here. So this is a very hard-hitting exchange matchup there. We talk about some strong style shit here. Even Minoru Suzuki gets busted over the eye somehow. I guess it must have been one of the forearms that Moxley dropped. So I don't know. But then it was like it was like an exchange battle. They each had like a chop battle. Then they each had a headbutt battle. And a forearm battle. They're doing all this stuff. And then Suzuki blocked the lariat from Moxley, and he tried to counter with the pile driver, but he backdrops him, and then he hit Suzuki with a paradigm shift, probably the safest paradigm shift I've ever seen, and Moxley wins. I liked the match. I really did enjoy it, but I think it could have been one longer. I don't know. They could have made a bigger deal, I guess. Even though you gotta be like a diehard wrestling fan to understand the whole Minoru Suzuki thing. But he goes to the crowd while Wild Thing is playing, and that is AEW for this week. So, Prime, in your personal opinion, who won for the week?
I don't know. Not that I didn't enjoy the other show, it was just it seemed like it was rushing for time, and then them rushing for time just didn't. It made some stuff didn't feel less than others, and NXT didn't really get me either.
This week, like I said, I'm gonna go with AEW off principle because of Minoru Suzuki. So, and them being the fallout after All Out. The only thing on NXT that was actually good to me was the whole Bachelorette and Bachelor Party. So, we'll post any comments down below if you listen to us on YouTube. Hit the like button if you enjoyed our reaction. Subscribe button for more the NXT and AEW content, especially next week when the new NXT drops, and we give you guys another Wednesday night war, whatever we're going to call it. So stay tuned for all that great stuff. And once again, it's NC place to be. Children, Mr. A&D, and not Deion says for prime time.
All right, y'all.
All right, and Nerd Coalition is out.